Yeah, boy, it's your boy Lester Greene, aka The Connector, and we are live. I don't do this a lot. I don't do this very often, but I'm feeling very inspired. I got a wonderful guest coming up. She is a real estate agent. She's an event planner, a TV host, actress, singer, cook, clothing fashionista, you name it. She's about to join the conversation. Her name is Jaszy Mango. That's right, Jaszy Mango will be joining me here on Out on the Front Lines. I'm excited. I love what she's doing. She's from the MD area, Maryland stand up. And we about to invite her. Let's see if we can bring her in. Jaszy Mango. So let's bring her in. Doing today? It's a little early, I know, but the early bird catches the worm. You know how they say. Feeling good. I really love interviewing people. So if you're interested in being on my show, just send me a direct message. This is what I do. I don't get paid for it. I love just communicating with people and getting to know people on a personal level. So definitely send me a message if you're interested in coming on the show. In the meantime, I'm working on a show that I got cast in. It's called, actually, I can't tell you what it's called, but it's a great TV show, and I'm in about 4 or 5 episodes. It's a nice role. Play a detective, a gay detective who is doing things that go against the grain in the police force. So I'm really excited about it. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep everybody posted on that new series, but I'm excited about it. Okay, it looks like Jaszy Mango has joined the conversation. Let's see if we can get her in. Looks like she's using the other page, which is fine. Let's see if we can bring Jaszy Mango in. Jaszy Mango, I see you in the room. Let's see if we can bring you in.
Hello.
Jaszy Mango, salute. How you doing?
Salute to you. Yes, I was having some technical difficulties. You know that's how it goes. But we in here. We in here.
Yeah, we in here. We in here, definitely. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's a nice day out today. Like, it has been crazy in the DMV area. It has literally been like 30, 40. It was hailing. And now I'm like, come on now. So now we got 80-degree weather. So it's lit for me. It's a vibe.
Okay, it's lit. So you from Maryland, aren't you?
No, I'm from New York.
You from New York?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you lived in Maryland.
I do live in Maryland. So I came to Maryland because I got offered a position for a traveling acting gig. And after the acting gig was over, they were looking for a female DJ. And I was like, okay. And so I came and I stayed. And I've been here ever since. But I traveled back and forth different places. So life's been good. I can't complain.
Okay, so you DJ as well. So I see you do a little bit of everything. Talk to me about your DJing skills.
So yes, when I first came down here, before I moved here, I used to work for ABC doing behind the scenes. And I used to do like all the camera work. I used to do the prompter work and everything. And then I was on front of the camera. But I soon realized like, oh, this is really not for me, because it's more like you have to dress a certain way, you have to act a certain way. And I'm like, no, I got too much swag to be honest. You know, now the news is kind of reckless. Like, now if I would have tried this time, I would have been good. But back then, like, you couldn't wear your piercings, your nose rings. You definitely wasn't changing your wigs in and out.
Yeah.
So, I started their segment, which was like music choice, which you know as today. And so we were doing that. And I'm like, this is my vibe. I can interview entrepreneurs. I can interview underground artists. And so I kind of stuck with that. And I transitioned and started working for 90.9 in Albany at Albany State University. And I became like one of their first female DJs up there. And so when I came down here, I was just like, you know, I can't come to other people's town basically thinking I'm the ish. I got to pave my way. And so I would go to each of the clubs, I would meet the promoters, I would meet the different DJs, and I started making a rapport with people. And then I told them, listen, I DJ'd, they gave me my shot, and from then on, yeah, you know what I mean? From then on, I started DJing. So my passion really was like hosting. So I really used DJing to learn the people to get into hosting. And so I quit DJing because the equipment was kind of heavy and I wasn't feeling that either.
Right.
But then I started hosting. So that's my journey with that.
I love it. Okay, well, let's talk about your hosting. I saw that you have your Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge
Yes.
show, and you interviewed, is it Barry Brewer?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, talk to me about what it was like interviewing him. I know he was on the show Bruh by Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
What was it like interviewing him, and what did you learn from just interviewing him?
So Barry and me are like very good friends. He just like has a good spirit, a good heart. And the interview was like us sitting right now chilling. It's my homeboy. But the reason why I liked it is because a lot of the times on social media, people assume that you literally became famous overnight or you just didn't hustle and things were given to you. And Barry's story is like, I was even surprised, like he's been doing this for 20 years. And so a lot of people didn't know this or whatever the case may be. He looks fairly young, like he's like in his late 30s, which a lot of people don't know as well. Mm-hmm. And so he basically just told people like his transitioning, his journey, you know, because he's an artist, he's a producer, as well as a comedian and an actor. And a lot of the times when you are multi-talented like that, it's hard to zone in on one thing. And so I will say, like, the best advice Barry ever gave me, and I will share it with entrepreneurs, is focus on one thing at a time, master it, and then venture out. Because the reality is, nothing you do, you're going to be able to be 100% when you're so spread thin. And that's okay. Yeah. I was challenged with that because I'm like, everything I do has to be 100%. He's like, sis, that's not realistic. Just do your best with everything and put your best effort and it will prevail.
I love that. Okay, talk to me about Jaszy Mango. I love the name Jaszy Mango. Yes. What is it with you and mangoes? Because I noticed that word pops up a lot in everything that you do.
Yeah, so that is a crazy story. So an ex of mine that I was dating, he was Caribbean, and he basically told me like, hey, you juicy like a mango. And no one knows, not a lot of people, you know, my home people, they know this, but not a lot of people know this. And so I was like, I like that, like Jaszy Mango. And, you know, I got ex's stories, but an ex before that was like, yo, listen, he was Caribbean. He was like, I think we should change your name. I think we should put it Jaszzy because that's different. Where most people are like Jazzy or Jazzie. He was like, why don't you switch it up? So that's how I was able to get Jaszy Mango, which I love. It's a conversational starter. It's just me because it's juicy, it's fruity, it's sweet. And, you know, it's a rare fruit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't handle a mango, and that's me.
I love that. And then I know you have Mango Mania. You're the founder of Mango Mania. So yes, you took it to another level. Talk to us about branding and making an LLC.
Yeah, so, you know, I've always been a person that I've been very, very, very good with money my whole life. But I didn't know how to invest. I didn't know, like, leaving your money, like most, you know, minority people, we don't know this, leaving your money in the bank, it's not really, you're not getting anything from that, like 0.0% of interest for years. And it's like, that's not enough for me. So I was like, let me make this thing bigger. Let me make it an LLC. Actually, a DJ friend of mine that used to look out for me, get me free event space, shout out to DJ G Nice. He used to really hold me down. He was like, I think you should do Mango Mania. And I'm like, you know what? That stuck with me. So I put everything under my brand. I put my clothing line under my brand. I put me as an actress under my brand. I put my women empowerment events under my brand. And so it's really big. People don't understand this. if you are an entrepreneur and you are in the entertainment, no matter if it's fitness, no matter if it's realtor, or no matter if it's singing, dancing, whatever the case may be, you're the brand. And in the brand, you have to look the best. And not saying you have to be the smallest, the skinniest, the thickest, whatever. But if you go to buy a TV, you want the best possible TV out there, right? You want the one with all the sparkles, the one with all the, glitter and gold. So think about yourself as a product. I gotta look the best. I gotta sound the best. I gotta dress the best. And I'm not saying these things have to be expensive. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying you have to be presentable, because at the end of the day, you are the brand. So if I'm talking to you, I want to know what I'm getting into, what I'm looking up to, what my money could be in, what I could, spend with you, what I can gain with you. And a lot of people have to know that. So I decided to come up with Mania Llc, where I just want to give people an experience. I want them to feel good in health, feel good in wellness, feel good in how they look, feel good in how they speak, feel good about their mental health, because everything is connected.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound like a go-getter. And
man, that's all
I'm just,
know.
Yeah, how did you develop this great work ethic? Because I know you started in the choir at 8 and you were dancing at a very young age.
Stu, somebody did their homework. Hey, look. My brother, okay.
You see how I just threw it in there, right? You see how I threw it in there, right? Trying to impress you.
Okay. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So where did you get that work ethic from? Did your parents always have that hustler's ambition or that hustler's mentality? Where did it come from?
Yeah, I feel like my grandfather has been working since 8 years old in a peanut field. And he literally, how we got to New York is my grandfather fell asleep on the bus, on the train. He was supposed to land actually in Maryland. And he fell asleep and landed in Albany, New York. So from a grandfather that's been working since 8, hustling and grinding since 8, then he had 3 children, and all of my uncles and my mom, they're hustlers. My mom was a single parent. I always seen her work. I always seen her grind. But what I always respected about my mom is my mom was at everything. I don't know how she did it. I'm not that mom. I'm a try, but I'm trying. But my mom literally, she never missed a dance recital. She never missed a rehearsal. She never missed, I was in everything. Spanish club, I played the clarinet, I played the saxophone. I was on swim team. I was like doing a lot of stuff, my whole life. My mom just like, figure it out, try out everything. But she didn't understand how to capitalize off of that. She didn't understand how to make money from me, because we weren't in that time like now. So what she understood was, hey, go to college, get your education, which, there's nothing wrong with that. But I always was an artsy person, a creative person. And so I had my son in college at 18, and I had 2 years already in college. So I was always like an overachiever. Because really, the funny thing is why I overachieve is because I don't want to work. And that's funny, because you work harder when you don't want to work, but people don't get it. I try to teach this to my son all the time. Like, if you go over and beyond, you'll come out stronger, and you'll come out cutting some time down. Because the reality is, if you don't like school and you're dragging and you're not doing well, you're gonna be holding yourself back. So I said to myself, let me speed this up, because I got things to do. So when I left high school, I was done with 2 years in college already. So I did 1 year at Plattsburgh State, and then 1 year at SUNY Albany, and then I also went to New School of Radio and Television, all while pregnant and having a baby.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's crazy because literally, I guess when I get interviewed, it starts making me sit in those moments like, dang girl, you doing something. But yeah, when you think about it to yourself, you're like, shit, I still ain't a millionaire yet. You're like, you know what I mean? But when I look at where I came from, it's just been amazing. So I was just like, shout out to my mom, because she's just always been a grinder, and she's always been very loving. Like, she got enough love, and I'm the only child, and I wish she had more, because she got enough love for like 9 kids, and, and it's just me. So it just really pushed me, and that's
I love that you're always moving and shaking and networking and grinding, because your son is able to see that. Can you talk to us
Right.
about the importance of showing him the right way to
Yeah.
hustle?
So I love to hustle, man. Like, it literally, I make up shit just to hustle. Like, I be like, yeah, next week I'm throwing a webinar. Like, what? No, girl, why are you doing this? Like, you got to do this, you got to do that. It's like I live off of anxiety in a bad way. Like, oh yeah, shit, I might not get that. Oh God, people's coming. Like, we got to get it all together. And my friends will know this because they'd be like, yo, she's crazy. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's how you live. That's how you survive. So with my son, when I started my boutique, I would bring him with me and show him like how to fold the clothes, how to package the clothes, how to put them in the bags with the tissue paper properly, how to ask the people, you know, you need any other size. So he can just learn. Then I would pay him so he can be like, oh shit, this is fun. Like, mom gave me money. You know what I'm saying? And realizing he doesn't even get it, but really, this is helping me out because I don't want to do that shit. Like,
right.
I just want to be the people person. I want to be in the front. I don't want to do the background. So if I have that help, he's learning, I'm learning, we're learning. And then also, like, I'll pick up like DoorDash or something and for my son, so he can see what it is like to be an entrepreneur and make money. So it's like, all right, go in there, tell him Jeannie needs the order, come back out, bring it to Jeannie's house, I'm gonna pay you. And so I just find a little creative ways because I want my son, he wants to be an engineer, but it's like, be an engineer for your mom. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, be an engineer for me because I'm also a realtor. So it's like, this can all tie in. I want him to feel like when I graduate, if he doesn't make it to the NBA or the NFL, when I graduate, mom's got me. I don't have to be stressed. I'm not that parent. I'm not kicking my son out. Like, I want him to grind, save up, do everything he needs to do. And when he's there, then progress to buy a house and do things like that. I'm not saying he's going to be there till 60, but I am saying that a lot of parents get this misconstrued when you're 18 and they just kick you out. Yeah, it's like, that's really not good. And no other culture really does that. It's like, you need time to nestle. You need time to figure out, like, you don't want to like be like, dang, I got my degree. I got to hurry up and work at Walmart because I got to pay back the student loans. It's like, I don't want that. I want him to be able to think in his purpose. I want him to live in his purpose. I want him to be in his purpose so he can be like, hey, listen, mom, I want to do this, but I'm scared to do that. And it's like, I'm praying that I'll be in the position by then to just be like, I got you. Like, I'm going to front you. You do your thing. Mom's got the bread. We gonna get ahead. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just want it to be like that. And like, I got my mom out of debt. Like, I got her credit score up. Like, she was at like 430. She's at 722. Like, you know, I'm just all about, like, my friends will tell you, like, I'm all about everyone around me progressing because I know where I'm going. And I want my friends to be with me. And if you're not up there, you're going to get left behind, and not in a bad way. It's just motivation is contagious, right? So if you're around people that aren't motivated, how can you stay motivated? I want to be a billionaire. Like, forget millionaire. Like, I want to be a billionaire. So the people I'm with, I want them to eat too. I want them to do their thing too. So when we can laugh about, yo, girl, remember when that time you almost had to live in the crib at your, you know, like, I want people to be excited about learning, excited about real estate, excited about trying things new because it's difficult, you know?
Yeah. Talk to us about real estate. How did you fall into real estate? Because I'm sure people don't know that that's what you do. That's something that you do.
Yes. So that's a funny story. I've always been into real estate. I've always loved it. I've always loved like how it made people feel, especially like a single mom that's worked her whole life struggling and now she's able to provide general wealth to her family, right? That's exciting. That's motivating. And so I would watch Realtor shows. I would watch like Tiny House. I would watch how they reconstruction things. I would watch how they you know, put houses together, flipping, renting, everything, even down to staging homes. And it always was just like, I love this. And then when, you know, I was in a relationship, we really were trying to buy a lot of property. We were trying to do a lot of stuff. And so we both were studying for it. I just went like a little further. And I feel like I'm learning now my niche in real estate, because everyone is not like an agent or an investor. Everyone has their special technique. And for me, I'm going to be doing a webinar soon on Airbnb, because a lot of people are interested in it. And I want people to know that it's not as difficult as you think. Now, there are different policies, different laws and stuff, but especially a lot of you homeowners that are entering into this chat, I want to show you how you can make revenue off of your home. Already. And there's different ways. You can be in the home and rent it out. You can rent it out while the people are there. You can have the property and live somewhere else and rent it out for Airbnb. And I'm telling you, it is it's mind blowing. I do Airbnb, so I can speak personally. The money that you make from it is amazing. And I just want to create experiences, right? So when you come to my Airbnb for over the weekend, you might be like, I really love DC. I really love Maryland. I really love Atlanta. Hey, I'm going to hit Jazz up, because she is also a realtor, and have her find me a short-term rental. And then that might progress into having me find a home where I want to actually live. So it's like, all in all, I'm getting money off Airbnb, I'm getting money off your referrals, and I'm getting money off of the fact that now you purchased a home. I'm always looking for multiple ways how to get money.
I like it. Whoa. Wow. Talk to me about your singing career. You got a song out that I listened to. It's called Mango, of course.
You like that? See, now I hope my mom ain't listening. Mom, close your ears.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's a pretty seductive song, but talk to me about the music and your song Mango. And I know you got another song out called You Know That I Love You. And talk to me about that.
First of all, can we shout you out for the homework that you did? Like, shout you the fuck out, because I'm sorry, I'm cursing, but this just you really did your homework, and I appreciate that, especially for being an interviewer. It's different being on this side.
On the other side, yeah.
So I love it. But yeah, Mango for me is me. You know what I'm saying? I wrote that song. So I got the beat. Shout out to Mike Cartel and Mirage Stoner. Absolutely. I wrote that beat. He gave me the beat, and on the way to his house, I heard it, and I was like, yo, this is fire. I wrote that in 20 minutes on the way to his house. And then I got there, and I told Mirage, like, hey, I want you to get on it. And so Mango for me is very sensual. I like that you chose that instead of sexy, because it's a very sensual song. Of course, it's sexual, but it's basically about both parties submitting to each other. Both parties enjoying each other's bodies, loving on each other, feeling each other, and different things that make you aroused, right? And so I wrote that song because it was like dear to my heart at the time. Like, I'm a very sensual and sexy woman. So I like to feel good. And that's what my brand is about. Just feeling good, feeling sexy. Sexy is not what you wear. It's an attitude. So you can have on a full dress and a nice silhouette in it, and you sexy. You can say something and talk in the way that you sound is sexy. You can walk sexy. You can get that money and be sexy. Like, to me, that's sexy. Like, when you go to the bank and they approve your loan, that's sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's sexy. And so that's really where that song came from. And everything's original. Mike created the beat, the sounds. He played the instruments to it. And so I love that. You Say is another song that I have out, and that's more up-tempo. That's more about women that have been in relationships and they man ain't did them right. But it's like, you say you love me, but your game's off. It's like, you love me, but the things you're showing me are not matching your actions. So it's like, basically like, but I'm good though. I'm gonna be all right, because there's people out here that are gonna treat me right. And so, you know, and that's that song. And then the song that everyone really loves is You Know That I Love You. And that song is basically about a woman that is really madly in love. But the thing is, she's questioning things to her man, like, you know that I love you, but are you treating me this way because I gained weight? Are you treating me this way because what people are saying about me? Are you treating me this way because of whatever reason? Because you know deep down inside, this relationship is really between me and you. And if you know that I love you and I know that I love you, that's really all.
That's all that matters. Preach.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah. Talk to me about Mango Curvy Fit, because
hey, look how that's gonna be your new thing. I'm telling you.
I love it.
For me on a Wednesday.
Yeah, talk to me about that, because I feel like in the industry, people get caught up in a certain look, that you have to look like a Ken doll or a Barbie.
Yeah.
What's the importance of Mango Curvy Fit to you?
So Mango Curvy Fit is so funny, right? Because right now, everyone wants to be curvy. Everyone wants like kind of the shape that I have. But growing up, this shape was not popping. Like everyone wanted a skinny girl.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, you know what I mean? Like people would try to put me in huge clothes, like my mom, because she just didn't know how to dress me for my body and she didn't want people to sexualize me.
Yep.
So she was just like, you know, if I put her in that, it might, and it's like, listen, like Jay-Z said, you can't hide it. It's just, it's legit. You know what I'm saying? So once I got old enough to just realize like, hey mom, listen, I got to do my own shopping and I'm going to wear the clothes that I want to wear. And my mom was with it. She's like, you know what? Do your thing. And I just want women to know at any size, like if it's X small, if it's 4X, you are sexy. Embrace them curves, even if it's a half a curve. Embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? And some women like that are smaller. They don't feel comfortable in leggings a lot. And I'm like, forget that. Put that legging on because it's not about how other people perceive you, right? We get that misconstrued, especially because we want people to perceive us well because we're on social media. Mm-hmm. But if you are in love with you, right? If you are infatuated with yourself, then everything everybody else says, it just really doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you go home to you. You pray to you and God. You do things and cry alone. So worry about you. And the crazy thing about God and the crazy thing about your body is it can always change. So if you have a goal, if you're like, hey, I'm a smaller woman, but I want to get some more hips or whatever, we can work that out. You know what I mean? You can get in fitness, you can start training, and you can build that muscle. And it's the same as a thicker woman. Like if you're like, listen, like I'm halfway over almost on the fat side, right? It's like, get you a trainer, personal trainer, YouTube it, Instagram live it, whatever, mm-hmm. and get your body toned up the way you want. And when you're how you want to be, it doesn't really matter what anybody
other people think. Yeah.
And also, a lot of people will say this, like a lot of people will tell me like, oh, I liked you when you were bigger. And it's like, well, listen, like, it doesn't matter what you liked. When I feel comfortable, if I want to be 100 pounds and I feel comfortable at 100 pounds, that's me. And I want just people to understand it's okay to have a different goal for your own self than people have for you. Don't worry about what the outside world goal is for you. People have a lot of expectations for me. I lose a lot of people that want to talk to me because they perceive me. They think I'm on top of the world when I haven't even reached there yet. And it's like, it's okay because you're not meant to be in my life. But don't let other people's perception of you or what they heard of you deteriorate who you really are. And that's like...
You preaching to the choir.
Put me on there, Bishop Don.
Preaching. Yeah. I watched an interview with Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj. I don't know if you saw the interview.
I did.
You did, right? And do you remember what she said about how when she was coming up, she would look at all these other women and she felt like she had to look a certain way because that's what the men liked. And she was very insecure about her body and the way she looked. Now, I wanted to ask you about that. Clearly, you're confident in the way you look, but did you always feel that way about your body and the way you carried yourself, or did you sort of develop that confidence as you move through your life?
I always felt this way.
Oh, wow.
Because early on, I was a dancer. I used to dance all around the world for Charisma Dance Center. And when you're in entertainment, it's cutthroat. Like, it's like, even though I said all that, what I did say, people are going to say what they want to say anyway, right? So when you're dancing and at that time, it's like a lot of white people or whatever, like they don't look like you. They don't got them thighs. They don't have your behind. They don't have your breast or whatever the case may be. So I really was taught early, like, listen, love you because you probably don't look like these other girls, but every time you're going to kill it. And so that's just how I live my life. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I work at Family Dollar. I'm going to kill Family Dollar. That's how I just look at everything. Anything in life, I'm going to kill it. That's why I'm going to be so successful. And I am successful because no one can tell me nothing really. Like, you can't tell me. If you tell me no, I'm going to figure it out. If you say I can't be in your production, I'm creating my own. If you say that I can't sing on your song, I'm going to create my own. If you say that I can't drive my car, I'm going to buy my own. I'm going to get my own rental car. It's just like anything anybody say that I can't do. I literally was told, you know, by somebody really close to me, like, I don't know about you in the singing, and I don't know about you in the acting because you're 30. So it's like, you should probably, like, you know, just ride my wave and everything will be all right. And it was like, that kind of hurt coming from somebody so close to me, but it kind of woke me up that, like, people got you fucked up. Like, honestly, like, people be having me fucked up. And it's okay because I don't harbor on that, because I sleep well at night, right? Because I know what I bring to the world. I know what I bring to the society. And I know that I have an awesome God. So what everybody else is doing, if God's all right with me, I'm all right with me.
Wow. Okay, go on with your bad self.
That's like real talk, though.
Yeah. Okay, you mentioned the acting. Let's talk about Trophy Wife, the film that you're in, starring Daphne Reed.
Yeah.
How did you get that role, and how did acting happen for you?
So I've always literally been acting since high school, but I used to do musicals, which is crazy because I hate musicals. Like, my friends know when they throw on that Tyler Perry musical, I said, not the random songs just singing out of nowhere because you got a headache. Like, I can't take music. But because I could sing, I would always get casted for musicals. So I started when I was young and doing that, and then I had stopped. And like I told you, I moved out here because I was doing a play, and then I had stopped. And then what happened was I started doing web series, and those turned out like amazing, where it was like we were shooting off of our iPhone, which people don't even know. And people like had a liking to the show, a liking to me, a liking to the director, a liking to the castmates. And we ended up getting like 30 million views, which is a lot, like a lot, and it's hard. And people also think like, oh, you getting paid? Oh, this was easy. Like, it's different. When things start to be less of supply and more of a demand, the pay goes down, right? So it's like back in the day, you used to be on YouTube. There used to be less YouTubers. So it's like they get paid more. Now, don't get me wrong. It also goes by content. It also goes how frequent you were. So it's a lot of different variables in that. But if your content is for a certain audience, and just remember this in life, if your content is for a certain audience, it might block off what you can actually get, and that's okay. Don't change your vision, but just know it might not be able to reach as wide as a range, right? So it took a while to get there, but it was really fast. And so after that, I love behind the scenes too. So I would do a lot of behind the scenes, like a lot of like location finding, a lot of like helping the girls out, styling the girls, a lot of just like want to learn the camera work and things like that. And that's what I say too. Whatever you love, whether it's just working at Walmart, learn all of Walmart's different things that they do, how Walmart works. Because the thing is, there'll be one day where something might malfunction and you might have the answer to it, and that could be your big break, your big opportunity. And so it's like, I love to be in front of the camera, right? I've always been told I was going to be in radio since a child. But behind the camera, number one, is more money. And number two, it just teaches you how everything works, right? So you know, you should learn a lot about the business. So also, you don't have to accept certain offers. Like, if I know how certain things roll and then I come on a set and you're trying to pay me something, I'm business savvy. So I know, like, no, you're trying to shortchange me.
Yep.
Also, it's nothing wrong with being shortchanged too, if it's for a purpose that you agree with. So if it's like me and you are doing a project and I mess with you hard and I see where you're going and I believe in you, it's okay. But on the contrary to that, if you're a SAG actor or SAG eligible, it's certain projects, unfortunately, you just cannot do because independent directors or independent production companies are not qualified for that. So for me, I'm SAG eligible, but I haven't yet done that because I like to do a lot of independent projects as well, and I don't want to cut my head off at this early in the game.
That's smart.
Yeah. Now, when I get to where like my name is worldly known a lot, then I'll do that. But now I want to have the option to be whatever. But it's crazy. I get casted for SAG projects all the time, which, to bring it back, Trophy Wife was a SAG project. And how I got with that was, it's really funny. You never know who's watching. And they always say this, and it always sounds cliche, but it's 100%. You never know who's watching you, who's looking out for you, and who sees you. So Tressa, who is the executive producer and founder of Megamind Media, I met her years ago. And she came on my show. Well, when I say years ago, maybe 2 or 3, but still years. And she came on my show, and I used to, I interviewed her. Great interview. But she also seen like what I was doing. But at the time, I feel that the quality of the project wasn't up there. So I feel like she just watched me and watched me and watched me. It was like, yo, this girl is a beast. Like, she's growing. She's doing so much. She's coming to my events. And that's another thing. Like, these people that you want to be like or be involved with, go to their stuff. Pay for their things. Do those things.
Yep.
Go to their free events.
The little things.
I never understand why people don't support things that are free. It's crazy to me. But it's like, go to all of these things because they'll see and they'll remember that, like, hey, oh, Jazz is like whatever. So crazy thing is, opportunity presents itself. I auditioned. They loved me. It was mine. I knew a lot earlier that I had the role before a lot of other people. So I was very grateful for that. It was like a mind ease. And the character, so I played London on Trophy Wife. And London is a spicy little thing. And she is the brother of Sean Patrick, who played on Save the Last Dance. He was the star there. So he's the star. And Erica Peoples, who also is on All American and is on All the True to the Games, she's the star of the show too. So I am Erica's sister-in-law and I'm Sean's sister. Okay. So it's like going from a web series to that role was like, it seems like it was yesterday, right? But the people that have been watching me, they know like it was a transition. But in all, professionally, I've really only been acting for 3 years. So this is very quick for someone that have, not been in the game that long. So I'm grateful, but this was a different character for me, and I enjoyed it because I was able to be more sophisticated than a lot of times get casted for like a sexier role. Yeah. And so I was really grateful, and I loved it because it also shows like people don't have to typecast you. A lot of times if you get a lot of the same roles, people will typecast you. But what I also do is I branch out, and I don't even audition for the same type of things. I don't want to be in just hood movies. I don't want to be in just like things like that. Like, I want to do like Avatar. I want to do like The Matrix. I want to do things that are like different. Dress me up, make me a character, make me a creature. I don't got to be pretty every day. And so for me, I am one of the actresses that I'm serious. So I will travel, get paid to travel and go to these different states for these different things. So I will say, like, people that are only doing film in their area, you need to branch out. Yes. Because after a while, it's only so many times you can keep putting the same people and stuff and the same people and stuff. And it's crazy because even out here in Baltimore or Maryland area, a lot of people love my work, right? But they won't cast me in their projects. I don't know why, but I'm okay with that because now I kind of surpassed that. And so now it's like, it's real talk. Like, I'm being real. I'm saying real stuff that people don't say. Now it's kind of like, well, now the opportunity that you have, I don't need that opportunity anymore because I'm already past that. And it's very unfortunate, but I live in my truth. And I'm the type of person, like, when I needed you and you weren't there, I'm good on it. And a lot of people don't say this, but it's the truth. But the people that looked out for me, the people that were there for me, I don't care if I'm in Hollywood doing a Will Smith movie. Like, I will come all the way back and do that movie because I'm very loyal. I'm loyal to a default. And so that's also been a problem because people have taken advantage of me in this industry because they know I know a lot. And then they've moved on and started doing things with other people that they thought were beneficial more. But it's okay. Those things don't harper on because God has a different path for you for a reason. So anytime like you get hurt, you feel used, abused in any relationship, just think about it and move on from it because at the end of the day, that path probably wasn't of God anyway. So it's okay that it's ended. It's okay. And it hurts, it's sad, but I promise you that ending result of it, you're going to be like, wow, I didn't even see that this was the vision. you know?
Yeah, I love that. So Trophy Wife is available on BET?
Yeah, it'll be on BET and BET Plus on April 28th.
Wow,
It's gonna
that's
be airing.
awesome.
And what's also cool is like it's a thriller, and we don't see our Black people in a lot of thrillers. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so this is just like a different element. I think it's gonna be a game changer. I think it's gonna be like award winning. Like I'm not saying it because I'm in it. I read the script before, and I was like, this shit is lit. And so I'm grateful that I'm in it, and I'm grateful for I'm like been casted ever since. Like my whole summer I'm in movies, and so I'm like really 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 grateful, and I can't wait for you guys to see it and see the dynamic and see the character development that's in this, because it's about mental health issues as well, and we don't address that a lot in our community. And so I think that it's really dope to see that and see the range of a lot of these characters in this as well.
I love that you talked about mental health. Let's go there.
Okay.
Whenever you're not feeling up and good, what do you do to sustain your level of confidence?
So for me, music is medicine, right? Any feeling that I have, I'll try to put on a song to either counteract that emotion or to go with that emotion. So when I'm sad or I'm angry or something like that, I'll put on some music to kind of take me to another world. Because right now I can't be here. So I need to be taken somewhere else and come back to reality, right? So I kind of listen to music. It just exudes through my body. I listen to music in the morning. I listen at night. I listen to rain music before I go to sleep. So music really, really helps me. And also I have a therapist. I have a psychiatrist.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people, you know, they shy away from that, but I needed that. A lot of childhood trauma that I went through, a lot of relationship trial that I went through. I needed to talk to somebody to help me better understand why I keep making these same mistakes and these same decisions. And I couldn't do it on my own. And God tells me, if you help yourself, I'll help you. So God's in it. And it took me a long time to find a different therapist because they didn't match my flow. And I think that's why a lot of people stop too. They might get one therapist and they might see like, oh, this is not for me, so they stop. But it's therapist is like a friendship. Every person can't be your friend.
Yeah.
Every relationship, it doesn't match. So if that first therapist doesn't work, keep trying. And so I was able to find a therapist, help me through that. And I talked to my mom. She called like 900 times a day. Like, mom, she be calling like, sister. But it's because she lives in New York and I'm down here by myself. So she just, you know, be worried like a mom. But yeah, I say that. I say write in your journals. Sometimes I'll do voice messages where I'll just curse whoever out and not send it.
Wow, yeah?
Curse whoever out, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, and save that because they got me messed up. And so it's like, these are just different ways that it helps me to kind of get my judge back and, you know, watch a good movie. I'll watch something funny like What About Bob, like a funny thing. Or I love What About Bob. Like, I'll watch like something crazy to just get me back in there because mental health is serious. Like during the pandemic, a lot of people use that time and they ended up getting depressed from it. They end up eating from a lot from it and gaining a lot of weight or being in a very dark place, and it was scary. And for me, the pandemic, I honestly could say was the best time of my life. I literally worked out every day. I lost 40 pounds. I literally ate right. I literally watched every movie and critiqued everything from the way they shot it, the way they transitioned it, just so I could learn. And in that, I took like drives and I was out and I was traveling. Like I was traveling. I was unvaxxed and all. You know, I was out there because it's like, I gotta live. Like I can't let something stop me. You know, I have to still live. So also I figured out so many ways to make money during the pandemic because now you can do webinars and now you can use Zoom as a tool and you can throw a whole event off of Zoom, get paid from it, put it on Eventbrite, give them a percentage, and you can just expand this business, baby. Yes. And so yeah, like I started a new clothing collection. I started a lingerie line, which it originally started from just black leggings, and that went to apparel, and then that went to lingerie and bathing suits. And so I was able to really just expand my brand and just get on out there, audition everywhere, start auditioning everywhere. And the flights nobody was in them. So the flights was empty, okay?
Yeah.
And so yeah, the pandemic really, really, really blessed me, man. And virtual school has been the best decision that I've ever decided to put my son in. My son is still in virtual school. So if I need to travel, I bring him on with me, or I can bring him all the way up to New York and my mom watches him because he always can be in school. And the school worked with me and they still let him play sports for the school. So it's like, you can't lose. Like, he still can play sports and not be in the school. So I'm a real big advocate for my child as well. Like, they're always just like, oh my God, you're so involved and you're so young. And I'm like, listen, that just sounds ignorant. like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm supposed to just be crazy because I'm young. Like, that's just nuts. So I am very much like very hard on my son. He'll say stuff like, well, mom, I got like an 87, like we good. And I'm like, no, if you can get an 87, you can get a 97, you can get 100. Don't ever shortchange yourself. If you tried your hardest and you got an 87, I'll let it go. But if you easily got an 87, that's not enough for me. That's not enough for me. Because that means you can do better than that.
Yeah.
You can do better. So
you can do better, yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your lingerie. Where can people purchase your
So
lingerie?
people can go to Jaszy Mango Curvy Fit on my Instagram. And also they can go to Jaszy Mango Curvy.fit, and that is the website. I could put it like in the comments too, like if people check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and purchase y'all, okay? Help an entrepreneur.
Exactly. Gotta support.
Yes. And I also a lot of people pay me to wear their clothing, or pay me to wear their hair, or pay me to wear their makeup, or so it's like a lot of things. You can make a lot of money on the social media platform. And so it's just like, you know, shout out to Amore de Luxe. She did my wig unit. You know, shout out to Rebel Levine, like lipstick on poppin'. You know what I mean? Shout out to Epiphany. Amore, she did my lashes. And so it's like a lot of people don't realize, like, when you create relationships, you create people that look out for you for a lifetime. And I have like a good support system. Like, I have a trainer, a physical trainer, and I work with her through Zoom. Her name is Rhonda. She's like amazing. My best friend, she's a personal trainer. She kind of keeps me on track, where I'm like, listen, sis, I need 6 shots today. She's like, now you said we put it in the program, but you said basically you was going to cut it. So it's like, shout out to Shafia, you know, Shafia Campbell. Go follow her on Afro1989. Get your fitness life. So it's like, yeah, I have a lot of people. I have my other best friend. She's a makeup artist. She's amazing. Her Instagram is T Beauty. So it's like, go follow all of these people, because they're all Black-owned people and they're all real people. And we all need money, okay? And if the money is circulating between us, then we'll circulate it between y'all, and we can all get this bread together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Talk to me about Mango, Sizzle, and Spice cooking show. You got a cooking show?
Wow, somebody get this man.
How you have time to have a cooking show?
How do I got time to do anything? Like, but this is what I'm saying. I just do be doing things. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I be cooking. All right.
Making nachos, macaroni and cheese.
Yes. So for me, Mango, Sizzle, and Spice was basically because as an entrepreneur, as you know, we're always just on the road and on the run. And we don't have time to be making all these lavish meals, but we want to try different things and also have good food. So basically, I was like, let me figure out how people can make fast and quick and easy meals that are good. So that's how Mango, Sizzle, and Spice happened. Like, my favorite things are like nachos. If you're like, you know, vegan and you want like the plant-based option, that's fine. Or you just no meat at all, I'll give you those options. Like, you know, quick things that people don't even know that could be quick, like lamb chops. Lamb chops don't even take that long to cook, and it's a good meal. Get you with your rice or your pasta and hit it with some broccoli or some asparagus or some Brussels sprouts. And I'm saying you got a meal. And I got ADHD, so the house be burning down. It be things happening behind the scenes, like shit be going on. Like I will be doing this interview, like, oh man, the steak's upstairs. Like, so that's how you ask, like, how do I have time? It's because I be doing 6 things at one time, you know?
Yeah. Who are some people that you look up to, or who are some people that you want to work with in the industry right now?
I definitely want to work with KJ Smith. She is on Tyler Perry's show Sisters, and she's on Carl Weber's show Family. I forgot it. If somebody knows it, put it in the comments. But she's just bomb. Like, I like how she carries herself. I like that, like, she's always sexy. Right, go to my YouTube channel, too. You tell her, Michelle.
Exactly.
Add me, y'all. Google me. No, but, no, somebody Googled me and it's like, girl, you are Google, you are IMDb. I said, oh, shit, I'm popping. Look at me. But, yeah, so I just think that she's super bomb. I think that she's always like, she dresses classy, but mix it up with sexy, and just she's very believable. So I definitely want to work with KJ. I definitely want to work with Michael B. Jordan. Like, I thought I was going to marry him, but you know, he don't.
Too late.
Then he cut his hair, and it's a lot of things going on. I definitely want to work with Michael B. Jordan. I love him. And you know who I really want to work with? In all realms, Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jamie Foxx. Like, I want to sing on his track. I want to be in his movie. Put me in your comedy show, because I think I'm a little funny, too.
You are.
Let's just, I'm a little funny.
Yeah.
Barry, they told me I'm funny, Barry. So, yeah, like, I want to work with Jamie Foxx. And it's like, wait, can anybody, is Jamie Foxx singing? I don't know. But anyway, I definitely want to work with Jamie Foxx, too.
I can see that.
I want to work with Tyler Perry as well, like being in his production and also being in something with him. Definitely Taraji P. Henson. I want to work with.
What about Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon, definitely I want to work with Nick Cannon. I really like his vision, especially for the millennium now, like things that are going on now and how the world is going now. Like, he is doing big things, like DC Young Fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those people are doing big things.
Own,
you know what I mean? Doing big things. Pretty B, like, I love all of those girls. And I remember when even Cardi B, like, I remember these girls when they was like, oh, I'm like, nah, Cardi B gonna be popping. And it's just so crazy. Now she is. And so it's like, these people I really enjoy, I really look up to, and I love their vibe and things like that. And they really made a name for themselves, like, just off of social media. And it just goes to show, like, you can literally go from nothing. Shout out to Mike Bless, too. We did a project. We did Big 50s movie. And I just really liked Mike. I've seen him on Ready to Love when he did that. But Mike literally, you know, was living in his car and literally had a whole transition. And now he went from, like, being on Ready to Love, getting his agent, to now, like, he's been on so many movies, Saints and Sinners. He's been on Raising Dylan, like, Dion. So many different things. And now, like, he just got his home. He's on tour with Country Wayne. And these are, like, all my people. Shout out to Country Wayne, too. Like, I just love, like, what these people are doing, because it just really shows you. Sometimes you don't see the ending, and you don't see that, like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because the tunnel is so damn long. Like the Lincoln Tunnel in New York City. Like, shit, when am I getting out of this? And so to see people that you've seen from this level be this level, it's, like, amazing. And it just, I interviewed yesterday Tiffany Halls from Ladies Who List Atlanta. She's a closing attorney, and she said something that resonated with me. She said the only people that don't make it in life are the ones who stop.
I've heard.
And I was like, girl, that is a lesson. And it's like, it's really, really
keep going,
because it's like, if you stop, you can't go. You can't go, you can't finish. So it's like, if you are doing something and you're scared, even if it's down to, like, leaving your job, like, pray on it and make that move, because the only person stopping you, honestly, is you. And how long are you going to make those excuses where you try to blame it on everybody and you try to blame it on your financial? For me, I don't give a damn. If I got to live in my house and I can't afford it, and I got to go live in my car, and I got to go on all of these acting gigs, I will do it.
Same
That's
here.
how determined I am. Like, I am that determined to be able to make it because I already seen this vision as a child. I didn't see how it's going now, but as a child, I always knew it was something inside of me that was greater than just being an average person. So I know that God will never let me get there, but if he did, it's because the blessing coming is bigger. And I speak a lot about God, and I don't know people's religion that's listening, but it's okay because I'm talking about my God. And I speak a lot about him because God is so real to me, because when I look at where I came from, it's only God. That's why I mention him so much, because without him, it's no way in the world. I came to Maryland on $10,000, and I literally lived off of $10,000 for 2 years, which is crazy. And I came from moving in my aunt's basement to now owning a Tesla and living in my own house. And that shit is only God. And so I say that just to inspire somebody, because out here it's really, really rough and it's hard. And people tell you you don't got it. And people tell you they can't help you. But these are the same people that look for you to return a favor to them. And so it's like, just keep that tunnel vision. Keep that tunnel vision, because you know where you want to be. And only you can get you there. And that's real.
I like that. Okay. So I wanted to segue into this last part of the interview.
Yeah.
We call it the receipts. It's where I pull up some old posts that you made, and I just want you to tell me just tell me what came to your mind when you posted it. So this post you made October 29th, 2021.
Okay.
It was,
I don't even know what it is. I'm dying.
You quoted this: pay attention to the people who can't with you, but can with everyone else. Talk to me about that. Pay attention to the people who can't with you, but can with everyone else.
Look at me, because that's a good ass quote.
That's a good quote right there.
No, get me? But so just like the quote says, like, I've been in a lot of different situations where people have told me that they can't do something for me, but they'll turn around and do it for somebody else. And the thing is, I'm more qualified. So now you have to ask yourself, like, are those people you really want in your circle, really want in your life, really need in your life? And how I am, I'm so loyal, I'm still gonna rock with you. But it took me a long time listening to my therapist, like, you don't have, this ain't jail shit. Like, you don't have to be loyal to the default. If somebody don't work for you, cut them off at the head like dead. And I'm really serious because, not your face. I'm really serious because it will hold you back. If I didn't believe in myself so much, I would have quit all of this entertainment stuff.
Yes.
Because I was rocking with people who I thought had my back, and they really, really didn't. And it's okay, because that just wasn't my journey. And it's all right. And whoever's journey it is, praises to them. But I know where I'm going. And so it's okay. So it's like, pay attention to the people that can't with you, but can with everybody else. Because I'm very observant. I look at things. I see things. I remember things that you tell me from years ago. I'm like a sponge. I absorb everything. And when I'm looking at things like, yo, but I remember when you said you couldn't do this and this and that, but how are you doing this and this and that? And this is crazy, because if you work at a normal 9-to-5 job, if you're not qualified, you're not getting the promotion. So how in the independent world, when people deal with people, they don't treat people like that. They treat people where they feel like somebody is more beneficial to them. They'll go for that. And the beneficial can be the fact that they ain't as great as you. That could be the benefit. You might surpass what they actually need, and you might not be rocking with them as long, and the person they chose instead of that, they might be staying around because they need them. And I had to learn that, like, you're not always getting cut out of things or not invited to things because of you're not good enough. You might be too good enough. You know what I mean? And everybody is not okay with being around somebody that they feel is too good enough. How I rock, I want you to be better than me. You know why? Because if you're better than me, I can learn something from you and we can get in a better position.
Together.
But everybody doesn't think so. And I will tell you this one time only. I don't want no yes people around me. If I look crazy, if I gain weight, if my hair wig is messed up, if my boobs is to the left and to the right, if my acting is bad, if I'm directing or projecting wrong, tell me. Because the people I want around me, I want them to be real with me. Because I'm going to do the same for you. I'm going to be real for you, and I want you to be real for me. Don't feel intimidated by me that you don't tell me what's up. Because I go to the bathroom like you, I sleep at night like you, and I'm just a regular person at the end of the day. So it's like everybody around me, they be checking me. My best friends, they be checking. They be like, now you know. And I don't give a damn. I know, but shut up. But still, say what you need to say because I am going to absorb it and I am going to take it in and I will change it. One thing about me, I can recognize my flaws and I can change it where some people don't even recognize them. So what is there to change? You are beating a dead horse because they don't even think they're wrong. And those type of people I don't want in my presence. If you can't grow, if you can't take criticism, if you only give criticism or you give what is constructive criticism, but deep down inside it's hate, I don't want you around, like, period. And the other thing is, people are wolves in sheep clothing. You think you know people off of social media, but people that know them people for real, it's not the same, and they're not those people that you be around for real. They're on some whole other shit. And what you see is their representative. With me, you gonna get me. If I don't like you, you gonna know. You gonna know. If I'm on set and I don't like certain things, I might address it to you. I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm gonna address it to you because one thing about me, I don't like to be around nobody that disturbs my spirit. So everybody's set ain't for me, every director ain't for me, and every actor and actress ain't for me. And that's what it is.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's the thing.
All right. You made another post on December 24th, 2021. You said, being back home just lets me see how far I've come. If you know me, you know I've been at this. From dancing, singing, acting. One of the first to have a radio show. So glad it's finally happening. Proof you can take any circumstance and win.
Yo, first of all, can we just say somebody put me on a meme? Because this be preaching. I'm like, if I didn't know me, I would know me. You know?
Yeah. You dropping knowledge.
No, so that was a full circle moment for me because I had went back to my hometown in New York and I had drove past the house that I used to live in. And it was just like, wow, like to see that this is a house that I used to rent to now owning and now also helping other people own their homes. This is like big. And then to see like me come from this small town, come to a big state and kill this shit, like on every level. These are like amazing to me. I always knew, but it's like, you never really know. And so it's like, you're always nervous when you move to somebody else's city and how they're going to perceive you. But the fact that I was embraced and loved and in everybody's city, because shout out to Atlanta and shout out to Philly and shout out to, DC, all these places, North Carolina that I be in, that you guys always embrace me. It made me have like a full circle moment with myself and be able to say like, wow, like you've come far from being a single mom with a little baby, going to college every day, waking up, bringing him to the daycare, to now, living out your dream. And literally like, I turn the TV on and I'm on the TV. Like that is dope. And I guess I don't really say these things, but my best friends say these things to me and they always hype me up. And it's like, wow, like, I guess you are right. Like, I guess you are right. Because we're hard on ourselves. We don't ever want to give ourselves congratulations. But that moment, I was kind of like, you know what, like, in my own right, like, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Okay. And not no cockiness. Like, literally, like, if I knew me, I would be like, yo, you dope, yo.
You dope.
You dope,
No, you are dope, and I love that about you. All right, here's another post that you made. Those nights you cried and no one heard you. Those betrayals you had shaped you. That fake love molded you. Now you're leveling up because God heard you. God is your revenge. What? God is your revenge?
Somebody quote me on these things. Don't steal my quote. If you do,
these are bars.
You know what I'm saying? Because this girl is on a goddamn roll.
These are bars.
That was basically to encourage people, because a lot of the times in our industry, and just period, like no matter what you do, it is very discouraging, right? And you just feel like you're not there, and you just feel like you're not enough, and you just feel like people don't hear or see you. And so I was basically saying, like, you don't gotta get the people back that fucked you over. It's unnecessary. Like, they'll get it back or they won't get it back. But you will be a better person because your blessings are coming. God is your revenge. God is going to handle everything. God said, put your faith in me and I will provide. So that means that anything that you believe in, give it to God. And I know that's hard because especially me, I have anxiety and I am like an overachiever. So it's like I'm always trying to fix stuff. But I had to learn like to stop implementing myself into things. Stop always like trying to force yourself into something. Like if it don't fit, don't fucking fit. It just don't fit. And so for me, it was just saying like, God is your revenge. Just give it to him because he's going to handle those people way better than you ever could. So don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about what it could have been, what it should have been, how you were treated wrong. Because at the end of the day, those people ain't worried. Those people ain't worried. And so now you're worrying every day over something that no one gives a fuck about. And now you're crying, you're sad, you're depressed, you're taking pills, you're taking alcohol, you're smoking too much weed, you're doing all of these things, and these people are living life. So it's like, definitely give it to God. That's the best you could do.
I love that.
Because any other thing after that is going to be detrimental to you.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ask you, how did you connect with Idris Pierson? Because he's the one who connected me with you. He was telling me about you and he told me that you'd be a great guest. How did the two of you connect? Have you ever worked with him before?
No. So the crazy thing is, I want to be on his show because a friend of mine, like Brittany Passion and oh Lord, Gigi De Niro, they worked with him. And I'm like, you know, anybody like that they working with, those are my girls. Like, I know he's got to be good people. And so he was like, you know, I right now I'm like redoing some things, but I have a guy that is a great interviewer, a friend of mine, and I think you would be great for his show. So at first I was like, I don't know.
I know that feeling like, oh boy,
you know what I'm saying?
again.
Like, wait, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I just can't be on anybody's platform because this is gold, you know?
Yes.
And so I looked you up and I seen your interviews and I loved your professionalism. I loved how interactive you were. So I said, you know what? It's definitely a go.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. You were certified with it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm certified.
You was good. And I promise you, people watching this love this whole interview. Like, I hope we save it and I can
I'm keeping this. Oh, come on. It's going on my website.
Keep it on the website.
Going on the website. Come on. That's thegreene.com.
Because this interview was so informative, but it's so fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll have to do it again, though.
Yeah.
But okay, so I got to close with this.
Okay.
You're an actress.
Acting.
Can I see a monologue? Can we hear a monologue? Let's create a scene and give us a 30-second monologue of you performing it.
On the spot.
On the spot.
Where'd you get this shit from?
You a character, create a character, and just give me a character.
Okay. I guess I can be like a scorned girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. That sounds good. 30 seconds.
So you mean to tell me when I walked in here, nobody was in my house? I heard noises, I heard sounds, and I swear you had somebody in here. I've been with you from day one. And every time I turn around, you find a way to disrespect me, a way to hurt me, and a way to make me feel low. But you know what? I don't got to tolerate this shit no more. Because the person that I am and the person that I'm becoming, you're not even in the cards. And I'm out.
Whoa, girl, you better work it, girl. Yeah, I don't know who you were talking to, but I believed you.
You better believe it.
I believed you.
Tyler Perry, cast me now.
Hey, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx, 50 Cent.
Okay, 50.
For real.
For real.
But hold on. Let me just say this, though. You know how many times I'll see a rapper go on an interview and the host will say, let me hear a 16.
And they don't want to rap.
And they ain't got no 16s or they don't know how to rap.
Yeah. No,
I love how you just said, okay, cool. You want me to do a monologue? Cool. This is what I do.
This is what I do.
This is what I do.
You gotta stay ready.
You gotta stay ready.
Stay ready.
Stay ready.
What if right now you just pull 50 Cent out the back? Come on.
No, but I love that, though. For real, though. Keep that energy because that's everything. Because people want to see you show and prove. If you say you a rapper, okay, let me hear you rap. If you say you act, let me see you act. If you say you sing, let me hear you sing. So salute to you, Jaszy Mango. How can people stay in touch with you? How can people follow you? You everywhere.
Yeah, so you can follow me everywhere at Jaszy Mango, and that's Jaszzy, Mango like your favorite fruit. My podcast page is Jaszy Mango Red Carpet Lounge, and that's also my YouTube page. My clothing line is Jaszy Mango Curvy.fit, and my Realtor page is Jaszy the Realtor. So you can follow me on all of those. Those of you that got my number, hit me up. Tell me that you love this shit. And you know what I'm saying? I should be like them crazy people like, and I'm taking Cash App donations.
Yeah, I know those people.
I gotta stop doing that shit. It really turns me off.
Yeah. You don't gotta do that. You don't gotta do that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but salute to you. I really appreciate your time. And this was amazing. This is one of my best interviews. Thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you.
And I wish you nothing but the best. I know the sky's the limit for you because you already got it.
I appreciate it.
You already got it. I don't know what they waiting for. Seriously.
What they waiting for?
What they waiting for?
I don't know.
No, let's definitely
when it's on, it's on. You
it's
know
on. Yeah. Let's definitely.
Y'all be looking out and then be looking out for more things after that. And definitely, if you guys are interested on being on his show, put that in the comments as well. But if you're interested on being on my show, hit me up in my DMs. And I'll let you know. We'll get everything all set. I do virtual and I also do in-person interviews. So come through.
Come through. Salute.
Come through.
All right, Jaszy Mango, thank you again. And I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on your show.
You're welcome. Take care.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.